Hello, everybody. I hope that everybody had a wonderful Shabbos. Continuing along with the halachas of Erev Shabbos. Eventually, we'll get to Shabbos. We're in a little bit into Shabbos. Now we're going back to Erev Shabbos. So I want to start talking about a pre-Shabbos checklist. Everybody should have a pre-Shabbos checklist somewhere. Otherwise, you find yourself before Shabbos trying to remember going through all the things that you need to prepare, the hot water and the this and the that and the blah. It's kedai for everybody to have a list somewhere. I put mine on like the inside of a cabinet door in the kitchen, so that before Shabbos I just open it up and I go down the checklist to make sure that everything is done before Shabbos. It takes away a lot of the stress of going through in your head a million times what is it, trying to remember all the things you have to remember, and also it avoids forgetting certain things. So it's really kedai to have a pre-Shabbos checklist. So now we're going to discuss a couple of things that somebody would want to have on their pre-Shabbos checklist. We'll start off briefly with just a couple of quick things. Number one, a lot of people have faucets in the kitchen these days where instead of having hot water, one handle for the hot water and another handle for the cold water, you'll have where it's just one faucet that you pick up and you turn it to one side for the cold and the other side for the hot. Now, if you don't turn off the hot water before Shabbos, it's almost inevitable that you're going to come to turn on the hot water on Shabbos. Even though, if you can always go under the sink. There's a way to do it. You go under the sink and you turn that lever or knob to shut off the hot water. If you don't do that, so even though you think that you're going to put the faucet all the way to the right side so it's cold, and you're just going to pick it up on totally to that end and it'll be cold water, it's almost inevitable that at some point during Shabbos it's going to slide over a little bit and then you're turning on hot water. So therefore, again, unless if somebody has where the faucet has a hot water and a cold water, then great, because you don't have to be concerned that you're going to come to turn on the hot water. But if it's one of those faucets that just swings back and forth, then it's almost inevitable you're going to come to turn on the hot water. You're going to swing it towards the hot at some point of a Shabbos, and therefore it is kedai, it is very worthwhile to shut off the hot water under the sink before Shabbos. That's number one. Number two, there's a major controversial topic about opening bottles on Shabbos. Now, what are the issues over there? Makva patish, you're finishing off a kli by opening it on Shabbos. You're making the bottle cap into a kli, possibly kareya, probably not. Maybe baina, you're creating an opening to the bottle. I'm not gonna tell you what. I'm not gonna get involved over here again. This is a machlekes between huge paiskim. Rabbi Yashiv held this in Issa Daraisa. Dayan Fisher famously held it's mutter. Rabbi Moshe held this in Issa Rabban. Everybody has their long-standing beliefs, or this is the way I do it, and the paiskim that they go with. And I'm not going to bother trying to convince anybody over here. If anybody wants to know my personal opinion about it, you can call me after Shabbos. You could call me after this year. No problem. But we're not going to start getting involved over here in something which is known to be a major machlekes hapaiskim. What I will say is that we're talking about potentially an issa daraisa. According to Rabbi Yashiv, it's an issa daraisa to do it. So even if you're going to be lenient, like the paiskim say that you can do it, that's in the event where you did not open it before Shabbos. It is definitely worthwhile to open any bottles that you think you might be using on Shabbos, to open them before Shabbos. That includes opening any bottles, opening any packages, any cereal, potato chip bags, anything that you're going to be opening. Again, there are ways in which, if you did not open it before Shabbos, there are ways that you can open it on Shabbos. Virtually everything, there is a way that you could open it. It has to be done right. Some people, like we said, some people will just open bottles plain. They'll rely on those shitas that are mekel. Those that are machmer, there are also ways to do it, but everybody agrees, I think virtually everybody is, or I would take a stand this far, that it is better to open everything before Shabbos. So therefore, it would be kedai to put on your checklist, take a look at, in the fridge to check if the bottles are open, cereal boxes, try to think through whatever you might be needing on Shabbos to open it before Shabbos, so you don't come to a situation where you have to either rely on leniencies or do creative measures to get things open on Shabbos. Okay, I hope you enjoyed, and in Hashem we will continue tomorrow.